We're often told that if you put your head down and work hard enough, success and recognition will inevitably follow. We picture the solitary genius pouring endless hours into a project until the world finally notices. But history shows us a very different reality. Take Nikola Tesla, a brilliant, highly ambitious Serbian scientist who arrived in America believing that pure, unrelenting effort was the only currency that mattered. Waiting for him in New York was Thomas Edison. Edison was an established inventor, but importantly, he understood how to orchestrate the talents of others. Almost immediately, Edison handed his new hire a monumental task: redesigning his antiquated direct current, or DC, generators. It was a notoriously difficult engineering problem, one Edison himself had not managed to solve. If you step into a massive project and do all the heavy lifting without securing legal and financial leverage first, you aren't building your own legacy. You are simply assembling the foundation for someone else's. To incentivize the impossible, Edison made a clear promise. If Tesla could successfully redesign the generators, he would receive a massive payout of $50,000. Tesla accepted the challenge. He toiled day and night, applying his unique understanding of electrical engineering until he produced a fully functional, highly improved version of the system. When Tesla presented the completed solution and asked for his payment, Edison laughed it off. He told Tesla that he simply didn't understand the American joke and offered him a minor salary raise instead. Because Tesla operated as an employee without an ironclad contract, Edison's company absorbed every single patent. They took full legal ownership and all the historical prestige for Tesla's grueling months of labor. In the mechanics of industry, compensation functions as a ledger of power. The money you accept serves as the ultimate indicator of who actually owns the respect, the leverage, and the legacy of the work you produce. By avoiding the physical exhaustion of trial and error, Edison maintained a specific public image. To the outside world, his ability to consistently produce rapid innovations gave him an almost godlike aura of speed and efficiency. This strategy of delegation spans far beyond engineering. In the 17th century, wealthy clients would visit the studio of Peter Paul Rubens and marvel at his extraordinary output of masterpiece canvases. In reality, Rubens employed a vast assembly line of highly specialized artists. One painter would focus entirely on detailed roads, another on lush backgrounds. When the canvas was nearly finished, Rubens would step in, add the final touches, and sign his name to claim the genius. We see this pattern repeated across intellectual history. Isaac Newton built his theories heavily on the raw data and calculations of his contemporaries. William Shakespeare routinely harvested plots from existing writers to construct his undisputed literary works. Utilizing the specialized skills, time, and past knowledge of others does not make you a fraud. In the ecosystem of success, gathering and directing the right pieces makes you a master architect. Now, look back at Tesla. Years after leaving Edison, he partnered with George Westinghouse to commercialize alternating current. But when Westinghouse faced financial ruin, Tesla voluntarily tore up his royalty contract to save the investor's business. This chart shows the exact cost of that decision. He accepted a flat buyout of $216,000. Had he held onto his patents, those royalties would have been worth approximately $12 million. His generosity was rewarded with historical erasure. A few years later, Guglielmo Marconi utilized Tesla's existing patents to develop radio transmission, yet Marconi successfully captured all the global recognition and legal credit for the invention. Tesla spent his final years dying in poverty. He became deeply embittered, realizing too late that his brilliant mind had been thoroughly harvested, while his body was left to rot. The credit for an invention holds significantly more weight than the invention itself. Without securing the legal rights to your own creations, you risk being entirely erased from the history books. Defending your work doesn't always mean hoarding the spotlight. Sometimes the most strategic way to secure your own power is to intentionally hand the credit upward to someone else. During the historic diplomacy with the People's Republic of China, Secretary of State Henry Kissinger did exactly this. He completed the grueling diplomatic legwork, but deliberately stepped back so President Richard Nixon received the primary glory. Feeding the ego of your superior makes your own position practically unshakable. It keeps you essential to the operation, while ensuring you are never viewed as a political threat. However, when dealing with peers or subordinates, the rules change entirely. You must aggressively defend your intellectual property from those looking to steal your momentum and use your labor to climb past you. Navigating these dynamics requires sharp situational awareness. You have to know exactly when to step backward into the shadows to survive, and when to step forward and sign your name in bold ink. Look at how nature handles the distribution of labor. Consider the vulture. It occupies the easiest, most strategic position in the entire ecosystem. It is vigilant, it is ruthless, and entirely quiet. While other predators exhaust themselves hunting and fighting, the vulture simply hovers above, thriving entirely on the fatal exhaustion of others. When you observe the brutal realities of commerce, art, and industry, you face a stark choice. You must decide whether you are the prey grinding yourself down, or the orchestrator hovering above, waiting to capitalize. As the Prussian statesman Otto von Bismarck observed, it is a fool who insists on learning everything from their own sweat and failure. The true master prefers to profit entirely from the experiences and the labor of others.
For more awesome and inspiring videos like this, please subscribe.